guys, and welcome to the weigh-in video for this month. So I was going through some of the information I have on the geckos, and I found that I have the most information on Gizmo, and sort of the reason I actually started doing this monthly series is because Gizmo lays eggs, and every year her weight takes a massive dip and then comes back to usual again. So I was going through all her weights from last year, and I found that, oh, goodbye Gizmo. I found that from February up to October, that's when she finally got back to her normal weight, which was the start of February. Oh, she's putting her tail up at me. Gizmo, why you got your tail up? Giz? Look, this is called the sassy tail. That's what I like. It's a specific scientific name, the sassy tail. Now, could you please come back here? Yes. Okay, now back to the video. So as I was saying, when it goes back to October, that's when she reaches her original weight where she started in February. So September, we should be getting there, and I predicted that she'll probably be today about 56 grams if she is following a similar route that she took last year, which it kind of seems like she is. So I haven't weighed her beforehand. In terms of feeding, she's been great, nothing out of the ordinary. So let's see. 56, okay. Now, I was going to say I'm a genius, but actually just because of the data we have and just her body is in sync, I guess, I'm pretty happy with that. The prediction is that she will be her February weight next month. Now, I think she was 60 grams, so, you know, only 4 more grams to go, and she could reach that, I think. So now let's get on to the next gecko. So here is Diego. Diego's weight's never shocking. It's literally always consistent between 92 and 95 grams. Last month he was 95 grams. Back in February he was 95 grams. I never think Diego looks particularly fat at all. I really feel like he's a healthy weight. He is very muscular, and I mean, even now he kind of looks quite slender, but he's always consistently really heavy. The only thing that's really happened with him this month, and it's actually only in the last few days, is I cleaned out his tank, I drilled some holes in the top ready for a light, and I actually this time I tried the already made up Eco Earth. I thought it would dry quicker or be completely dry, and it wasn't. His tank's completely fogged up. What I usually do is I make up the brick, and I have to leave it weeks on end to dry out, and even when I put it in, it still creates some humidity, which is always a pain. So I thought I'll go with this, the loose substrate. I thought that'll be dry. Put it in there, no. So that sucks. But as for his weight, let's have a look. Come here, Diego. I think he's going to shed soon. Oh my god, you need to like fit yourself in this bowl. Okay. You sort of see, if you're going to weigh your geckos, make sure they're right in the centre as they can be. 96 grams! Well, it has been a good month for you, hasn't it? Now we have Lyra. She's come with her coconut hide today. She wouldn't come out, so hopefully she will in a minute. This month's actually been somewhat concerning with her. So, obviously you may know that she's carrying eggs, and she's probably been carrying them since June or July, and I thought she was going to lay them back then, but she didn't. To top that off, this month in particular, her stomachs look quite bulbous, and she hadn't been going to the loo from what I could see. And the only thing she's been doing is a little bit of like liquid would come out, and then the white part, like the urinate I think it's called, comes out, and nothing else. So I thought, oh my goodness, are these eggs blocking that area? Because it's all sort of connected, or you know, at least it could be pushing on something that's preventing it coming out, because she'd been eating a lot. She'd been eating like bits of cricket and some mealworm pupae, and obviously all of her Pangea. So there was a lot in there, just it wasn't coming out. Is she going to pick this up with her tail? Nearly. You can pick it up? Anyway, she finally went to the toilet properly the other day. So as long as she's going to the loo, that's okay. I haven't seen any signs of her straining or anything, so being egg bound, I don't know. I will take her to the vet if still nothing happens and there's still an egg visibly hanging out of her, out of the side of her. But I haven't seen any signs of her wanting to lay them, so it doesn't feel like she's having a problem pushing them out. But yeah, if I do get even more concerned, I will take her to the vet. But if she's actually going to get out this coconut, we can weigh her. Okay, so I did weigh her actually not too long ago because I was concerned about her with her eggs and not going to the loo. So last... Is that the cat? Sam? Oh dear. One sec. Anyway, so I weighed her on the 19th and she has 35 grams. So she'd gained 3 grams since the last month. I can't imagine her weight has changed very much since then, but we will just weigh her. 34. That's not surprising. Prior to that, I don't think she was really going to the toilet that much, and recently she has. So, to be honest, that's all good to me. So now we have Ziggy. So recently Ziggy has got her new light. Obviously, being albino, her eyes are very, very sensitive. And I have noticed when the light comes on, she goes in her cold hide, which is a dark shaded area. But she seemed to remain there because I've just gone to pick her up and she's still in there and she's really cold. So that's annoying. I think it's going to take a lot longer to get used to because of her eyes being very sensitive. But, you know, that's what we just have to put up with at the moment. So her aim is to get back to 75 grams. That's what she started off at in February. Last month she was 67 grams. And I think she's probably going to be 70. That's my prediction. Now, before we weigh her, I just need to show you the cutest little video of her reaction to the light when it first came on. Oh, look at that slow walk. Don't you look sassy? Look at that arm flick. Ziggy, you are looking fabulous, just to say. And she knows it. That's the thing. You're right. Look at that little face. Isn't that just the cutest little face? So now back to the weigh-in. So as I said, I think she's going to be 70 grams. That's my prediction. 67 last month. So let's see. Sit in there, Zig. 70. It's 70, but is she in the centre? Let's move her to the centre. Come here. Oh dear me. Stay there. 70. My predictions are like on point at the moment. Now for Minnie. Minnie has been obsessed with food lately. She loves Mario worms, but she's only really had 2 feeding sessions with them. As I said in that video, they're really, really not that healthy. So if you are using them as a staple diet, please try to add variety into that diet, because in terms of nutrition, I'll pop up a picture here of it. It's really, really not good. Now, for Minnie, you may have noticed, oh, I've actually seen her weight now. I've been trying to block it up to myself. Okay, so you may have noticed that her weight hasn't been progressing as much as the other females. She has to get back up to 65. That's what she was in February. But in the last few months, she went 49, 50, 51, whereas everyone else has been taking much larger jumps. However, this month, she's now 55 grams, which I think is amazing progress, and I'm glad she has such a good appetite. She's also had a new light, but I haven't seen too much weird behaviour in terms of going into her cold hide, but she does have a really nice shaded warm hide. It's more like just a cave, so she's pretty much been in there the entire time and not coming out to see the light at all. And finally we have Lyra. Now Lyra is a gecko who laid eggs this month. A lot of people thought that was Isla. Oh my goodness, why did I choose these names? Like, they're so similar. And I noticed that loads and loads of people missed when I actually got Lyra. So the video was called 12,000 subscriber surprise, and that was actually filmed last September. And I think a lot of people didn't see that. Obviously I didn't get Lyra because I hit 12,000. I'd never buy a gecko because of that. but it just coincided and I wanted to make that video. So I've actually renamed that video like my new crested gecko, so you can go and check it out if you want, but so many people missed it so they don't know I actually have 2 geckos. 2 crested geckos, that is. Anyway, Lyra laid her eggs, as you know, and I know a lot of you have been asking me how they're getting on. Now I got them, I think she laid them on the 6th of September, and only the other day, I think it was the 22nd, I had to throw them out. So they were doing really well actually. In terms of incubation, I think I did a good job because they were both still quite inflated. I find with the leopard gecko eggs, obviously I never incubate them, but they deflate really quick. These guys didn't. Even the one that looked kind of deflated at first rose up quite nicely. Kept an eye on them. Unfortunately nothing, no embryo or anything came along. It was just still a yellow egg, and what really sealed the deal for me was the fact that they started to grow like black inside. One of them did, and the other one was just starting to get like brown lines on it. So they both were infertile. I kind of knew they were going to be, but you know, it was fun to incubate them. I actually, as you can see, I cut them open because I knew I had to throw them away, and I just thought, well, I don't want the bin smelling like rotten eggs, and it might just be best to just, I'd like to just see what was inside. And the consistency was like this thick yellow stuff, like custard. It was kind of gross, but yeah, there was definitely no embryo or anything in there, so no worries about that. And the actual shell, even though I am using like a disposable knife, the actual shell was really tough. No wonder they need like an egg tooth to get out. But anyway, back to the gecko. Lyra, as you may know, she was 40 grams last month. After laying the eggs, she went down to 37. She is obsessed with food. She will literally launch herself at you when you have food, and that's just Pangea. I think she looks quite on the slim side, but it wouldn't surprise me if she may have got back up to at least 39, 40 grams. So that's what we're looking for. So let's weigh her. Back into the center. 40 grams. Okay, I am the queen of gecko predictions. 40 grams. I am very happy with you, Lyra. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Well, this has been quite a successful month, hasn't it? A lot going on, a lot of changes with the geckos, but the weights have all gone up, so I am very happy with that. And hopefully, if the predictions are right, we may get back to our original February weight in October. So thanks for watching, guys, and goodbye.